What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys 3 killer bicep finishers to help your arms get bigger. Alright, so like I said, today's video is going to be all about biceps. I'm going to give you guys 3 different finishers that you can throw on to, let's say, the end of your workout after you've done any type of bicep workout, really. And this is just a way to completely burn out your muscles, completely fatigue your biceps. And if you're struggling with getting your biceps to grow bigger, maybe get stronger, this is going to be a great way to shock those muscles, do something that they're not used to, put them under some type of tension that they're not used to, and get them to grow bigger and stronger and break any kind of plateau that you might be experiencing. So first off, I'm going to be starting on the preacher curl, and then I'm going to move over to barbells, and then move over to dumbbells. For the first one, this is called a 10 by 10. And this is one that I've completely made up on my own, and I haven't done this many times because I don't know if you've heard in past videos. Right now I'm not so much dealing with it, but when I am consistently lifting, consistently eating, arms are not one of my struggle points. My biceps grow pretty easily, so I don't hit them as hard. But for those of you who that's not the case for, this is going to be a great one for you. So 10 by 10s is basically going to mean that we are going for 10 reps here, but you want to make sure that you are going quite light compared to what you would regularly just do 10 preacher curl reps with. I'm going to use a 45. This might even get heavy towards the end of it, because the trick here is that instead of just doing 10 regular reps, what we're going to do is each rep as we go. So the first rep, I'll just show you, I guess, as we go. The first rep is just 1, so you're going to go 1 and then back down. Now you're going to go immediately into your second rep, but instead of going 2 and going all the way back down, you're going to go halfway back down and then go back up 2. Then you're going to go down. Then you're going to go up 3, halfway down, 3, halfway down, 3, all the way back down. Then you're going to go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Then you go 5, 1, 2, and make sure that you are squeezing at the top right there every single time. This is basically supposed to overemphasize the peak contraction of the curl that so many people just completely forget about. I'm not sure if that was 5 or 6. 6. It's getting really tough now. 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Gonna be the hardest, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woo! And that is going to be the first of the 3 bicep finishers. I'm actually gonna have to take like a 5-minute break because my biceps are completely toasted. I didn't even do a bicep workout before this video, and I just did a 10 by 10 with 1 plate on the preacher curl, and my biceps are completely demolished already. So if you're looking for something to break that plateau with your biceps, get them to grow bigger, try this one out. All right, back. Took a little breather there. Now I'm gonna give you the second bicep finisher, And this one is a little more common. I'm not gonna even try to say that I made this one up, but that doesn't mean that you can take anything away from it with how effective it is. What we're gonna be doing are 21s, and I'm sure some of you have heard of these. Basically, the whole emphasis behind 21s is you do 7 reps, 7 reps, 7 reps, but you're not doing 7 full reps each time. And there are different ways to do 21s. Some people, they like to go 7 full reps at the beginning, and then they go 7 top half and then 7 bottom half. That's usually what I do. But I mean, you can always switch it up and go 7 top half, 7 bottom half, 7 full at the end. You can even go 7 top half, 7 full, 7 bottom half. But I'm just gonna show you, I guess, one set of what a 21 is supposed to look like. Like I said, I like to go 7 full at the beginning, just because that's gonna be full range of motion at the beginning. It's gonna burn out your muscles all the way through, and then as it gets harder, you're doing the more partial type of reps, and so it's a little easier to get it done properly. So I'm gonna get into this. We're gonna go 7, 1, make sure full range of motion, not swinging the weight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after this, now I'm gonna go down halfway and I'm gonna squeeze it all the way back up. 1, 2, 3, stopping at that halfway. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then going all the way down. Now we're going up to halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo! So that's what it looks like. Now I want to cover a couple of things that you want to look out for. Now, obviously, when you're doing the first 7 and you're going full range of motion, you just want to make sure that you have good typical curl form. You don't want to have your elbows sliding way far forward to where you're going to start working your front delt. You don't want to have any kind of bounce in the knee where you're going to be using momentum to get that weight up. You don't want to just completely drop the weight back down. You want to control it up, squeeze at the top, and you want to control it all the way back down. With the top half of the rep, you want to make sure that you're not really swinging your elbows. It's very easy to pick up this weight and do the top half of the rep and look like this. And right here, I'm working a little bit of bicep, but I'm working a lot of my delt because I'm just moving my elbow forward and backwards. Whereas if you do it like this, that's a lot more bicep engagement. So make sure that you're not sliding your elbow forward and backwards like that, and you're keeping that in one spot and you're curling it from there to there, there to there. And then the bottom, you want to make sure that you're not creating momentum. Doing the bottom one, especially doing the bottom one at the end, it's going to be difficult, and you're going to find it very easy to just use a little bounce with your knees and create momentum to get it up to that halfway mark. You don't want to do that. Make sure you're canceling out any kind of momentum that you would create. Squeeze it from the bottom, squeeze it up the top. You want to hold it. I like to go, like, if you notice, I like to go about a half second of a hold right there, and then I go back down. Squeeze up, half second hold, back down. Half second hold, back down. So that is how you do 21s. Now we'll move on to the third one. All right, the final bicep finisher is going to be one that I've actually talked about this in videos. I believe it might have been for our membership site, but this is one of my favorite bicep finishers just because you can pretty much do it anywhere as long as you have dumbbells and a bunch of different small weights. So basically what this is called run the rack, and basically what you're going to be doing is dumbbells with you're going to be starting with the heaviest weight that you're going to use for it, and typically you want to go for something that you can get around 10 reps, 10, 12 clean reps, and then what you're going to do is you're going to drop, say, 5 pounds. So let's say you're going to start with 30-pound dumbbells. You're going to do, and you're not even necessarily supposed to just go for 10 or 12 reps. You're actually supposed to go until failure with that heaviest weight, drop 5 pounds, go till failure with that, drop 5 pounds, go till failure, drop 5 pounds, go till failure, go all the way to run the rack. You're gonna go all the way down the rack all the way to whatever the lightest dumbbells that your gym carries, whether that's 15 pounds or whether that's 5 pounds. If it is 5 pounds, even better. You're gonna fatigue your muscles even more. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about how this goes. And I've already done 2 bicep finishers, so I'm pretty fucking toasted right now. But I'm just gonna do some hammer curls with this. I'm just gonna show you what I mean. Do double hammer curls, fatigue it a little faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, controlling it, 10, 11, 12. All right, so that was about perfect. So now I'm gonna drop 5 pounds and I'm gonna go until failure again here. So, and I'm not swinging. This is already kind of, or quite a bit lighter of dumbbells than I'm usually used to using. But as you can see, I'm fatiguing a lot faster. So the first one I got 10, 12. Not easy, but I got it. This one, I'm struggling to even get up to 8. Ugh. So I'm gonna drop this, drop another 5 pounds. And this is, I'm already at 15 pounds here. 2, 3, and this 15 pounds is heavier than any 15 pounds I've ever curled. Ugh. 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 Woo. Drop down to 10. I guess I'll just finish this out with you. And as you get lighter, you want to be more strict on your form. When you get super light with these dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells, it's very easy to just kind of create a little momentum. I could do this forever, because I'm going back a little too far, creating a little momentum, bouncing with my knees. I could do this forever. But the second I get that form strict, and I'm making sure that I'm curling this weight with my biceps, now this is getting hard. And down to 5s. And same thing here. You want to make sure that you are keeping strict with your form. 5 pounds really is nothing. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your elbows in the same spot, squeezing it up, shortening that bicep muscle, controlling it on the way down. One controlled movement here. And this is going to be much harder to fatigue your biceps with because the weight is so light. But if you're able to create that mind-muscle connection to where you can fatigue your muscles even with 5 pounds, you're going to stimulate some muscle fibers that you've probably never stimulated. And now I'm starting to feel it. And I'm gonna call that it. So there you have it, 3 bicep finishing exercises that you can do to just burn your biceps out, fatigue them to the next level. If you're having troubles with getting your biceps to grow, we've all been there. You can just implement one of these 3 finishers at the end of your workout, or as shown in the very first one of these finishers, the 10 by 10s, you can even use these workouts or these exercises as a complete workout. My biceps were pretty much toasted from the beginning today. Those other 2 finishers were pretty damn rough after doing just that. So this doesn't even necessarily have to be a finisher. This can just be something that you do to break any kind of plateau that you're experiencing with your muscle size and strength in your biceps. And if you guys are looking for more help beyond just some simple fitness tip like this, and you're looking for more nutrition help, maybe even an exact type of workout training that you need for, or workout plan that you need for what you're experiencing, what your body type is, what your goals are, I do have a free body type quiz where you answer a couple of questions and it spits out a free video with the 3 most important things that you need to be doing and how to do them appropriately so that you can actually start seeing faster results than if you just follow some plan that you found on the internet, because it is going to be catered to that body style of exactly what the body that you're in, your body type. So if you want to check that out, you can click the link in the description right below this video. Other than that, if you guys like this video, if you guys liked anything that I talked about, if you guys like these topics, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button below. Other than that, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or video recommendations, make sure you're leaving them in the comment section below. And then last but not least, make sure you are smashing that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you're getting notified when I release a new video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.